Okay, so now we're at part 3 of why I was demanding that apology from Jim Day. And yeah, I was crazy to believe I could get an apology from somebody who clearly didn't care about the lies he was telling. You know, but I did believe I could get it, and I believed by publishing that website that he would indeed see the truth and have a desire to at least admit that he had intentionally deceived me for the purpose of sex, and that it indeed caused me to lose my home, and that it indeed caused me to, have to pack up and leave. I mean, that was my home. I was paying rent on that place. He was not contributing to it. And after 7 years, to be called nothing more than just a stupid stripper, I'm sorry, but, he could have went to somebody else to get that sex from. And he could have been honest about it, about what his intentions were. So, yeah, I learned. I made a mistake. I'll never demand an apology from a man again. I don't care how bad he screws me over. But it was disheartening to learn upon my arrest, as I was being sat down by Detective Del Mata, who didn't even read me my Miranda rights, that, Miss Kelly, you need to understand, it was not illegal for Jim Day to lie to you in order to obtain that sex for 7 years. However, it was illegal for you, Miss Kelly, to tell the truth and embarrass him, because it caused hatred in the community towards him. And now he's, in fear for his life. And I'm thinking, okay, there's something wrong here in this picture. So then I get to jail, and sat there, went to date after date, court date, and they shut down my website, and I do still own the domain. Will always own the domain. And yeah, they confiscated all my pictures, and I had to fight like crazy to get them back, but I did get them back and made sure. Yeah, they're now in safe deposit boxes, and not under my name, because I realize, Jim's got a few friends, and he's not above doing whatever he's got to do to get those pictures back in his possession, but it's not going to happen. They're mine. The First Amendment, I did not steal those things. And, I got out of jail finally and learned just how, insane it was, the terms of my probation, which was I was not allowed to say his name in public. I was not allowed to do anything to further impute, demean, or otherwise embarrass him. And I'm like, okay, whatever, I can't use a computer, my kid couldn't use a computer, my roommate couldn't use a computer, my employers could not use their computers. All covered by that, terms of probation, terms of the restraining order that I had. And I wasn't even allowed to talk to the man who taught me how to use a computer. And I'm thinking, that's like saying I can't talk to my third grade teacher because she taught me how to read. That's stupid. And, again, okay, whatever. But then I go over to the anger management, the court mandated year anger management and psychotherapy. And they sat me down, they're looking at the paperwork, and they're like, I don't get it. Where does it show you did something violent here? I see that you embarrassed somebody, but I don't see where you hit anybody or threatened anybody or anything to that effect. What did you do? I go, I embarrassed somebody. I go, so you're in here because you embarrassed somebody? I think you handled your anger quite well, because, had it been me, they would have done something completely different. And I'm thinking, okay, great. She goes, well, we've got a year. We're going to be stuck together. So you want to talk about the weather? I just said, okay, that makes a lot of sense. And then my probation officer is telling me clearly that he's looking at it thinking, okay, you're the first person in here we're going to deal with on this situation. Of course, it turns out I'm the only person they'll ever deal with on this level. But he goes, I have child molesters who are receiving a lot lesser sentence than you did. And all you did was embarrass somebody. Wow. You know, everybody's like, wow. We're all saying the same thing. Wow. What a waste of the taxpayers' money. What a waste of a lot of time. What a waste of a lot of, you know, energy. But just everything was in vain. You know, yeah, I shouldn't have demanded an apology. I should have just accepted the fact that the man screwed me over. But I really thought that I was going to be able to move into an apartment. So fast forward, here I am 7 years later, and still can't vote, but I'll never serve on a jury. I guarantee they're not going to call me in for jury duty. They already know.